What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing news. I just wanted to give you my take on the latest. I'm sure most of you guys have heard by now. Danny Swift Garcia, and Zab Judah. That particular fight has been postponed. It's supposed to take place February 9th. Danny Garcia had to pull out. First, they said it was a thumb injury, then it was a rib injury. And the rumors were circulating, but no one really knew. But it's been announced, and they're planning on doing it in April 27th, I believe. So it's being postponed until then. I just want to give you kind of my views, my take on the whole scenario, whole situation. And I talk about this a lot in my videos if you watch my channel. If not, make sure you take a look at some of my older videos. But there's just a lot of hypocrisy in the sport of boxing. I'm reading a lot of stuff like Danny Garcia, he's scared. He's afraid of Zab, so he pulled out. And the thing to me that doesn't make sense, or the hypocrisy, I believe, is because these are the same people who are accepting the fact when Randall Bailey pulls out of the Devin Alexander fight because he had I think it was a shoulder injury, or most recently, Andre Ward was supposed to fight Kelly Pavlik, and he also had a shoulder injury pulling out of the fight. So is it because Andre Ward is clearly a pound-for-pound top 3 fighter, and everyone assumed that he would beat Kelly Pavlik, so you don't think he's afraid, you just accept the fact that he has an injury? And trust me, there's nothing against Andre Ward, because again, Andre Ward lives in the Bay Area. That's where I'm from. He lives about 30 minutes from where I live, and I have much respect for Andre Ward. I even liked his commentary on the Gennady Golovkin fight night with Rosado. And I'm just making a simple point. My simple point is it to be expected? Okay, Andre Ward, we all thought, at least the hardcore boxing fans, the people I talked to, and myself included, thought he was going to smash Kelly Pavlik. We all know, or I know, that Kelly Pavlik struggles with people that can provide movement and skilled boxers. Look at the Sergio Martinez fight, and look at Bernard Hopkins, which is similar to what Andre Ward. In addition to that, that was when Kelly Pavlik was kind of in his prime, more or less, when he was fighting Sergio Martinez and when he was fighting Bernard Hopkins. I think when he fought Hopkins, he was undefeated, and Hopkins gave him his first L. So, I mean, just that alone is one thing. Now time has passed. He had a long layoff due to alcohol abuse or whatever. So, I mean, I definitely think Andre Ward would have waxed him on that, and now we're not going to see that fight most likely because it looks like Pavlik has retired at this point. But the point is, because you think Andre Ward is going to beat him, nobody's calling Andre Ward a ducker because of an injury. So the point is, injuries happen in the sport of boxing. I can think of numerous fights where a fight was postponed or stopped because of an injury. It's completely different if it's something like Gamboa and Brandon Rios. That fight was supposed to take place, and to my knowledge, everyone had signed on the dotted line, and they were supposed to do press conferences. Brandon Rios and Robert Garcia and the whole team Rios showed up to the press conference, and they were awaiting Gamboa. And I believe, because Rios is from SoCal, Oxnard area, and I believe this was a press conference on the East Coast, and that's closer to where Gamboa lives. I think Gamboa lives in Florida or Miami, and the Rios team came out to do the promotional press conference. They were ready to fight. Gamboa never even showed up, and they had no idea why. He hadn't communicated with anyone to let him know. So that's kind of different. So when I was reading people like, oh, people were saying Gamboa, he's afraid to fight Rios, I can't really justify that because you're MIA, and not only are you MIA, you're not saying what the problem is. You're saying that you just disappeared and you were supposed to fight. So, I mean, what are people to think? But with this is an injury. Injuries happen in the sport of boxing. I don't see, I mean, I guess just because the Zab Judah has a high fan base, and it's a competitive fight, and it's definitely a fight where willpower and styles may make the difference in this fight. I did a prediction video. I did have Danny Garcia winning, but I easily said Zab Judah has the skills and the skill level, the skill set to beat Danny Garcia, because Danny Garcia is more flat-footed with long looping punches, and we know Zab Judah is quick as fuck, and he's just gifted. He's just a gifted athlete. The biggest, if you watch my prediction video, the biggest reason that I said that I think Danny Garcia would win is Zab Judah has shown a pattern of being mentally fragile. And I would always give the person with more heart the credit or the nod before I give someone who showed that they can't stay composed in that type of environment. Danny Garcia, he has showed me more heart than a lot of Zab Judah in his big moments. So a big moment for Danny Garcia would be against Amir Khan. Amir Khan was tagging him. We all know Amir Khan has fast hands, and it looked like a cut opened up early, and he was being bested early on in the fight. He was getting a couple shots off, but Amir Khan was super fast and just got off to a fast-paced start. And even with the cutover eye, he was able to maintain his composure and eventually won that fight via TKO. He knocked him down in the third round, and you guys know what happened in the fourth. So I would give someone with heart more credit. Zab Judah, I like Zab Judah a lot. I've always been a fan. I thought he gave Mayweather a hell of a fight, but fights like Costa Zoo, Cotto even, just different fights, I don't really see Zab Judah rising to those big occasions. Like, the bar is so high because we know, and it makes me mad. It's made me mad for years because I know what Zab Judah is capable of. He looked good in his last fight against Paris, but I still have to see more. But stylistically, Zab Judah could give Danny Garcia hell, but I still think Danny Garcia will win based on he's undefeated, he has the momentum, and I think he finds a way to win. And we all know he has power. So at this point, that's what I'm riding with. But either way, my whole point with this whole video and my whole argument is people are hypocritical. If you're a Zab fan, that's cool. If you're a Garcia fan, that's cool as well. But don't act like injuries don't happen in boxing, or if Andre Ward gets hurt or Randall Bailey gets hurt, and maybe you don't care about those fights, or you think you know who's going to win that fight, so you don't care that they're injured or that they had to pull out of the fight. But when another fighter does it, just because you think they'll lose, all of a sudden they're ducking and they're scared. And realistically, with Danny Garcia, to my knowledge, Zab Judah is not the mandatory challenger at 140 for him to fight. I think Lucas Matisse might even be that. I don't think it's Zab Judah. So the fact that he's putting his belts on the line and giving Zab Judah a title shot, which is something that Zab Judah off of one fight doesn't necessarily deserve, then why would he be ducking, or why would he be scared? Why would he even give him that opportunity? And again, if you're going to, a lot of people say certain fighters, if they dislike a Mayweather or Danny Garcia or whatever the fighter is, Pacquiao, whoever the fighter is, they often say just different things why they feel that they're cherry picking. Like, oh, they're cherry picking, they're picking certain opponents. And the thing with Danny Garcia is, if he was scared and he was ducking, why the fuck would you pick an opponent like Zab Judah based on your style? That makes no sense. Like, if I'm a tall dude, I'm 6'4", so if I were to fight somebody and I had the opportunity to pick out of a whole bunch of different people, I'm not going to pick the one person who's taller than me and has the skills to beat me based on my style. So I don't understand some of the comments like saying Danny Garcia is a ducker and he's a cherry picker, because again, the whole purpose of cherry picking is to pick the easier fight. And stylistically, Zab Judah is not an easy fight because we know he has the speed, he has power on both hands, he has footwork, he has kind of a slick style that could give Danny Garcia a problem. So again, I don't really coincide or agree with a lot of the comments. It is entertaining. Today, Danny Garcia, he did post a picture on Instagram. He said he suffered a wall contusion in his rib. He said that's a bruised rib cage and it takes 4 to 6 weeks to heal. I made a slideshow for you guys, so that's the first picture. And then the second pictures are the Twitter beefs and war, the things that Zab Judah had to say regarding the whole situation. So take a look at them. Make sure you guys subscribe. It's crazy that we live in a world with so much social media, social networks, the internet, because you see things like Zab Judah's going to town on just different things and retweeting followers' comments that are insulting Danny Garcia. He's throwing jabs on Twitter, and it's just crazy to see that nowadays. Like, can you picture Mike Tyson, like the Tyson era, if we had internet beef back then? Like, can you picture Tyson tweeting like, "Lennox Lewis, I'm gonna eat his kids. I'm so ecstatic." am I allowed? Like, I don't know. I just can't really picture Tyson sending a tweet getting at somebody. But that's the world we live in today. Again, I like Zab Judah, and I mean he's riding the wave. I would do the same thing if someone put out a fight and you have the chance to shit on them. Do it. So I don't blame Zab Judah for seizing this opportunity, taking this moment to throw his jabs and get some laughs out of it. I'm really looking forward to the fight. Hopefully no other politics happen. Make sure you guys stay tuned at the end of the video. Check out the slideshow. Let me know what your thoughts are. Who do you think is going to win? Why do you think they're going to win? Is Danny Garcia a ducker? That kind of thing. So as always, subscribe, comment, and or hate. Until next videos, Ego signing off.